morning, students. Today we can start a new chapter, chapter 14, Statistics. We have already finished chapter 3, a pair of linear equations in two variables. I hope you all watched all the videos and studied the lesson properly. Now, I would like to start a new chapter, chapter 14, Statistics. Last year also we studied chapter 14 last year in class 9. What was the chapter 14? Chapter 14, it was Statistics. Statistics is a branch of mathematics which deal with analysis, interpretation and presentation of data. Statistics is a branch of mathematics which deals with what are things are deals with the statistics? Collection, analysis and interpretation of data. Okay, in statistics we usually use the term data. What do you mean by data? Data is some information. Data is the information which we collect for a specific purpose is known as data. The information which we collect for a specific purpose is known as data. And in this chapter, last year we have studied many graphs, histogram, etc. This year we are going to discuss the measures of central tendency. Which are the, what do you mean by measure of central tendency? Last year also we studied measure of central tendency. Measure of central tendency means when we collect some data as a number of figures, when we collect data in terms of numbers, it has a tendency to cluster towards the central value. When we collect the data of figures or numbers, after collecting, if I ask the height of students in class 10, height of student, what is your height? 155 centimeter. Another one 159 centimeter. Another one 162 centimeter. 165 centimeter. 170 and so on. That is your height. If I take the average height, that most of the students approximate 160 centimeter like that. It is all. Your height approximately that cluster to a center line. It has a tendency to come to the center, so that it is known as measure of central tendency. Which are the measures of central tendency? Actually, the average height. The average height of a student. That when we, in case of your weight, I would like to measure your weight, and your physical education teacher is going to be measure your weight and going to be recorded it. Then when we record this, one is 35 kilogram, 40 kilogram, 50 kilogram and so on. And most of them are in between 50 and 55. If it is so, the average value comes to the center. That is known as measure of central tendency. That is why the average is known as measure of central tendency. Which are the average you studied last year? Which average? Do you remember the average? How to find the average? How do you find your average marks? How do you find the average marks? No idea. Batting average. We usually discuss batting average of different batsmen. How to find the average? Virat Kohli's batting average. How do we find? For the last 5 match, what was his batting average? We will count, we will check that. We will find the sum of the runs scored divided by number of matches. Is it sum? Then you get your average. If you wanted to find your average mark, how to find the average mark? 5 subjects are there. Then you will add the marks of each subject and divide by 5. You will get the average. Is it so? Then this average is known as measure of central tendency. Why it is called as measure of central tendency? It has a tendency to come to the center. It has a tendency to come to cluster the center value. That is why it is known as measure of central tendency. Which are the important measures of central tendency? Do you remember last year in study? Do you remember important measures of central tendency? Mean, median, and mode. You studied last year. The same thing only we have to study this year also. Okay, mean, median, and mode. These are the important measures of central tendency. Do you remember how to find mean? Then which are the important measure of central tendency? Mean, median, and mode. Mean, median, and mode are the important measures of central tendency. Do you remember how to find mean? Mean is also known as arithmetic mean. Do you remember how to find arithmetic mean? Mean is also known as arithmetic mean. For example, let us find that. Let's consider the numbers 5, 7, 5, 7, 9, 12, and 17. These are the marks. Suppose these are the marks scored by a student in 5 test papers. Marks out of 20. What is his average mark? 5, 7, 9, 12, and 17. How to find the arithmetic mean? Do you remember the formula? Arithmetic mean x bar is equal to mean x bar is equal to sum of observations. Sum of observation. Mean x bar is equal to sum of observation divided by total number of observation. What do you mean by observation? Sum of observation divided by total number of observation. What do you mean by observation? Each entry means the particular value. Each entry in a data is known as observation. Okay? Each entry. That I enter the marks. You got 5 marks only out of 20. If I enter the mark, this is an observation. Clear? Then sum of the observation divided by total number of observation. Then what is that? Which are the observation? 5. Sum now, then we have 1. 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 12 plus 17. How many observations? How many observations? 5. You can add this 5 plus 7, 12. 12 plus 19, 21. 21 plus 32. Sorry, 21 plus 12. 33. 33 plus 17. 50. And we add it, we get 50. 50 divided by 5. Then what we got 10. Understood? Here this is the average. You studied this. In class 7 also you studied this. Is it so? You studied this in class 7 and in class 9. So we are discussing about the measures of central tendency. Which are the important measures of central tendency? Mean, median, and mode. Among that, you remember this mean. How to find mean? Mean is equal to sum of observation divided by number of observation. And how to find the mode? Do you remember mode? Median. Do you remember median? What is median? Median is the middlemost observation when we write it in ascending or descending order. If we arrange the data in ascending or descending order, here the data is already given in which order? Ascending order. Which is the middle value? Which is the middle value? 5, 7, 9, 12, 17. Which is the middle value? 9. Here this is known as median. And what do you mean by mode? Do you remember you studied last year? Mode is the maximum. That means that occurs most frequently. The frequency of observation, and frequency means number of times an observation comes in a data is known as frequency. Clear? then maximum, which observation has maximum frequency, such an observation is known as mode. Here none of the observations are repeated, so that we can't find any mode here. Is there anyone repeated here? No. So that we got this no mode in this data. I hope you all remember this. Mean, median and the mode. Last year you studied mean, median and the mode of ungrouped data. Do you remember what is grouped data and ungrouped data? Any idea? Grouped data and ungrouped data. Ungrouped data means the data is simply given like this marks. Okay? Grouped data means when it is given in class intervals. That is known as grouped data. Okay? Now, let's see another example. Now, in the what is the name of our chapter? Statistics. Statistics is the study of some data. Here we are going to discuss mean, median and mode. Among this, the first one is arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean, how to find arithmetic mean? Sum of observation divided by total number of observation. If in a case, then the frequencies are given, how to find it. For example, a student, number of students, that means in a day, 7, that means number of students absent in a class recorded every day for 120 days. For 120 days, we are checking for 120 days. Number of students absent. Then question, number of students. Number of students absent. The next step, number of days. Is given. Number of students absent, number of days. 0 students absent. What do you mean by 0 students absent? All are present in 2 days. Out of 120 days, all of them were present only 2 days. Then one student was absent for 4 days. And 2 students was absent on 10 days. 3 students absent for 3 students absent for 49 days, 4 students absent for 34 days, 5 students absent for 15 days, and 6 students absent for 4 days, and 7 students absent for 2 days. If we get such a data, I hope you understood the question. Total number of days, 120 days. We have checked the last 120 days. In that last 120 days, 0 students absent for 2 days. That means all are present. Only 1 student absent for 4 days. Then 2 students 10 days and so on. So how to find that mean number of days of absence per day? How to find the average? Which has the most frequency here? Which has most frequency? Most frequent number is it 4? Which has most frequency? Number of days absent, that means F5. Frequency 0 comes 2 times. That is why we wrote 0 its frequency is 2. 1 became 4. When I marked that attendance answer is 1 absent only I marked 4 times. 2 absent is I marked 10 times. That means these are the frequency. 3 absent is marked how many times? 49. And what was the maximum frequency? ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ആബ്സെന്റ് ആയിരിക്കുന്നത് 3 ഡേയ്സ് ആബ്സെന്റ്. എത്ര ദിവസം 3 ഡേയ്സ് ആബ്സെന്റ് ആയി? 49 ഡേയ്സ്. മാക്സിമം ഫ്രീക്വൻസി ഏതാണ്? 49. പിന്നെ അത് ഏകദേശം ആവറേജ് എടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഏതായിരിക്കും? 3 ഉം 4 അല്ലേ? അങ്ങനെ 3 ഡേയ്സിൽ ഒരു ആബ്സെന്റ് ആയിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ പ്രതീക്ഷയിലായിരിക്കും ക്ലാസ് വരുന്നത്. കാരണം നോക്കിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ ഡേറ്റ വെച്ച് നോക്കുമ്പോൾ ആവറേജ്. I'm going to find the average. How to find the average? These observations are known as exercise, and the frequencies are Fi. Do you remember how to find the average? How to find the average? Do you remember? X bar is equal to mean. X bar is equal to sigma Fi xi. Sigma I 1 to n Fi xi by sigma Fi. Do you remember such a formula? You studied last year. Mean x bar is equal to sigma means sum. Sigma Fi xi divided by sigma Fi. Then we got these are the exercise observations and these are their corresponding frequencies. Okay, I hope you understood this. Now what we have to find? We have exercise Fi. We need one more for what is it? Fi xi. Okay, now let's multiply this. 0 into 2, 0. 1 into 4, 4. Then 2 into 10, 20. 3 into 49, 3 into 49 multiply that into 10, 147. Then 4 into 34, 176. 136. You have to multiply 4 into 34, 136. 5 into 15, 75. 6 into 4, 6 into 4, 22. 7 into 2, 14. You can add this. But we have to find mean x bar, sigma Fi xi divided by sigma Fi. So sigma Fi xi, that we have to find the sum. Sigma Fi xi, let us find the sum. See 4 plus 7, 11 plus 6, 11 plus 6, 17, 17 plus 5, 22, 22 plus 4, 26 plus 4, 30, divide by 3. And you have to add this, you will get 420. Okay? Now, mean x bar is equal to sigma I1 to n Fi xi divided by sigma I1 to n Fi. Then what we got as sigma Fi xi? 420 divided by sigma Fi. What is sigma Fi? Sum of the frequencies. It is 120. Okay? 420 divided by 120. 4 and zeros can be cancelled. 42 divided by 12. 42 divided by 12. 42 how many times is 12? 3 times. 3 12s are 36. Then remainder is 6. Then the decimal. 6 times 6 how many times is 12? That is 1. 5 into 12 16. So what we got as mean x bar is equal to? Mean x bar is equal to 3.5. Here it is the average. Now you can take your textbook. Please take your textbook. That in the textbook you can see that worked out example. In that textbook you can see one worked out example is there. See the question. See the question. The marks obtained by 30 students of class 10 in a certain school in mathematics paper consist of 100 marks were presented in the table below. Find the mean of the marks obtained by the students. Marks obtained. Number of students. The marks is out of 100. Mark is out of 100. So let's see the mean. Mark is out of 100. See, then marks minimum mark 10. Maximum mark came here it as 95. What will be the average? Average always clustered to the center value. When we find the mean of marks are the observation, let it be exercise and the frequencies, number of students. 10 mark obtained by 1 student. Then 60 mark how many students? 4 marks. 4 students got it. Is it so? Like that. Then xi, fi. Then fi, xi. That when we find the average, we got 59.6 is the average. This is the method to find the average. This is known as arithmetic mean. Okay. Now we can study. This is a grouped data. Now we can study if the class intervals are given, how to find the arithmetic mean. If the class intervals are given, how to find the arithmetic mean. There are different methods. Actually, we have to study 3 methods. There are 3 methods of finding arithmetic mean. First method is direct method. Direct method, the formula is this is the formula. What is the formula to find arithmetic mean in direct method? Mean x bar is equal to sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. Now another method is there, assumed mean method. In that method we assume one thing and we will do like that. And another last three methods are there. I told you three methods are there. First method is direct method. The second method is assumed mean method, and the third method is step deviation method. We are going to study which is the direct method. When the data is given as classes. Do you remember that class intervals? Upper class limiter, lower class limiter, class size. Do you remember all these things? We have studied in class 9. So let's see another question. Please take your textbook. Please take your textbook. In your textbook, page number 262. Take your textbook, page number 262. Class intervals are given. I will write these class intervals. Class intervals. Class intervals. Class interval 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 55, 55 to 70, 70 to 85, 85 to 100. 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 55, 55 to 70, 70 to 85, 85 to 100. This is the mark obtained. In 20 to 25, how many students got it? That means number of students. That same data which we see in the last question. 10 to 25, how many students got the marks between 10 to 25? 10 mark obtained by one student, 20 mark obtained by one student. So total 10 to 25, how many students? 2 students. You please take your textbook and check the data. Then next is 25 to 40, 25 to 40, 3 students. 25 to 40, 3 students. Then 40 to 55, you have to check that it's given as 7 students. 55 to 76, 70 to 85, 6, and 85 to 100, 6. This is the how to find that. How now we can check that we will get. Now we can check the find the arithmetic mean. Here the class intervals are given. How to find the arithmetic mean? If the class intervals are given. Class interval. How to find the arithmetic mean? If we have to get a value, these are the frequencies. Here it is the class interval. What do you mean by class interval? Class interval 10 to 25 means between 10 and 25, 2 students obtained the mark. Understood? 10 നും 25 നും ഇടയ്ക്ക് മാർക്ക് വാങ്ങിച്ച എത്ര പേരുണ്ട്? 2 students. That is what is written 10 to 25. Clear? 85 to 100. 85 to 100 ഇടയ്ക്ക് മാർക്ക് എത്ര പേരുണ്ട്? 6. From this class interval, how to find the observation? For that we have class mark. Class mark. Class mark means mid value of these classes. Mid value means middle. Then if we write 10 to 20, which is the mid of this? Which is the middle value? 15. How to get that? If you write 10 to 20, the middle value, mid point is 15. That all of you know. How do we get that? Actually, we have to upper class limit plus upper class limit. These are the upper class limits, and these are the lower class limit. Here, which is the lower class limit of this class? 10. Which is the upper class limit? 25. Then here in this class, which is the upper class 20. Lower class limited 10. Upper class limit plus lower class limit by 2. 20 plus 10, 30 by 2. That is what we got 10. Understood? I hope you understood how to find class mark. Class mark is the end value of the class. How to get class mark? Class mark is equal to upper class limit plus lower class limit, upper class limit plus lower class limit by 2. Class mark how to get it? Upper class limit plus lower class limit by 2. These class mark we write as exercise. Understood that? That observation we write it as exercise. Here how to find the class mark? What is upper class limit? What is upper class limit? 25. Lower class limit 10. Then upper class limit plus 25 plus lower class limit 10 by 2. 25 plus 10 by 2. 35 by 2. 35 divided by 2 we get 70.5. So that exercise is 70.5. Clear? And next step, how to find it? 40, 25. 40 plus 25 by 2. 40 plus 25 by 2. 65 by 2. 65 by 2. What we get? 65 divided by 2. 32.5. 17, then that is the middle value, 32.5. Similarly, 40 to 55. 40 plus 55. 40 plus 55, what we get? 95. 95 divided by 2. 47.5. Next step. Actually, 70.5, 32.5, 47.5. Then what will be the weight of this? What will be the weight of this? 55 to 70. 70 plus 55. 125 divided by 2. 62.5. Next step, 85 plus 70. 85 plus 70, 155 divided by 2. 77.5. Clear? Like that you have to find. Then 100 plus 80, what we get? What we get? 92.5. Okay? Is there any 70.5, 47.5, 77.5? Here it is 32.5, 62.5, 92.5. You will get it. Understood how to find the class marker, upper class limited plus lower class limited by 2. Now we have F5, number of students. Number of students that means frequency. We have F5 and X7. Then what do we do next step? F5, X7. How to find mean? Mean X bar, what is the formula? Mean X bar is equal to sigma F5 Xi divided by sigma F5. Sigma F5 Xi divided by sigma F5. Then what is the total number of students? You are to find sigma F5. How many students? In the question it is said 30 students. Let us check whether it is 30. How many do we need? 30 18. 18 plus 2. 20. Plus 10. 30 now. So sigma Fi is equal to 30. Now we are going to add this sigma Fi Xi. So Fi Xi. Let us multiply. 2 into 17.5. What we get? These are the Fi's. Then frequency. Class marker and what is class marker? ഓരോ ക്ലാസ്സിന്റെയും നടുക്ക് വരുന്ന മിഡ് വാല്യൂ ആണ് ഏതായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ എടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത് ക്ലാസ് മാർക്ക് ആയിട്ട് എടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത് മനസ്സിലാവുന്നുണ്ടോ ഇത് ഫ്രീക്വൻസി ഇത് ക്ലാസ് മാർക്ക് ഈ FI XI പറഞ്ഞ ഫ്രീക്വൻസി ഇൻറ്റു ക്ലാസ് മാർക്ക് 2 into 17.5 2 into 17.5 35 then 3 into 32 0.0 divided because sometimes we have decimals 17.5 into 35.0 then 3 into 32.5 3 into 32.5. You have to multiply that. 3 into 32.5. 32.5 into 3. Multiply that, you get 97.5. That's 7 into 47.5. 7 into 47.5. 332.5. Then 6 into 62.5. Fi, Xi. But we get there 375.0. Then 6 into 77.5. 6 into 77.5, 465.0. Then 6 into 92.5, we will get 6 into 92.5, 555.0. You have to multiply this. You have to multiply for the corresponding multiply. We get like this. After this part, we have to do. What we have to do next? Sigma Fi Xi. Sigma means sum. We have to add this 0.5 plus 0.5, 0.0. Now you wanted to add this, you will get 1860. 1860. Clear? So sigma Fi Xi. Sigma Fi Xi, what we get? 1860 by sigma Fi. Understood? The mean x bar is equal to sigma Fi Xi by sigma Fi. Then we can do that. Zeros can be cancelled. 186 divided by 3. 186 divided by 3. Out of 18, how many times 3? 18 into 3, 6 times. 6 divided by 3. What is our answer? 62. Actually, this we get approximated mean. This here we get approximate mean. Do you remember what was the actual mean? A question ശരിക്കുള്ള നമ്മൾ ആദ്യം ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ ഫസ്റ്റ് നമ്മൾ ക്ലാസ് മാർക്ക് ഒന്നും എടുക്കാതെ ഫസ്റ്റ് when we do that we get 59.3. 59.3. Here what we get? 62. It's the approximate. Okay? The last one it was almost accurate. This is the approximate mean. Clear? I hope you understood this direct method. Okay? How to write the direct method? Class numbers are given. When the class numbers are given, you want to write class marks. Class mark is the frequency. Frequency should be multiplied by class mark. How to write class mark? Do you remember? Upper class limited plus lower class limited by 2. Upper class limited plus lower class limited by 2. I hope you understood all this. Then what is mean x bar? Mean x bar is equal to sigma Fi Xi divided by sigma Fi. That Fi Xi we will consider sum change at time sigma Fi Xi. Then sigma Fi means the total frequency. Okay, is it clear? This method is the direct method to find the arithmetic mean. Okay.